This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Frank, what should the golfers be looking out for today?
Going to have to play well from tee to green for a start. That's where most of the problem is. It sets up beautifully for what we call a second shot golf course, providing you can get the ball in play. You will get rewarded for good iron play around here. The reason why is because when you miss, you're penalized.
And let's go down to the first. Getting ready to start the round, Frank, what is the importance of getting off to a good start?
It's imperative, Rich, really. Try and find your rhythm, conditions of the golf course. Really get into the round as quick as you can.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Frank, this is an approach shot here at the first hole that will get a player's attention.
It will. Very strategically placed bunker that protects that front right of the green, plus the angle of that green. If you're going to take it across that bunker, you better judge that inch perfect.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. These putts keep the round together. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. One under early in the round. Second hole's just 371 yards. Frank, are players licking their chops, thinking they need to make a three here?
Yeah, if you can just accept the fact that you're going to have a longer second shot than you'd think for a hole of 370 yards, then that's the first way to overcome this. Just put yourself a short iron in your hand. Do the attacking with the second shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Frank, is a player thinking birdie here on this approach shot at the second hole?
Anything with the scoring club here, as long as you can get the distance right and get into the right section, is very much a birdie hole.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
So a tester from 4 feet. So with that birdie, moves to 1 under for the tournament. Frank, 100 yards longer than the second hole. The third, 471 yards. What do you think of this hole?
This is totally different to the previous hole. Driver should come out of the bag here, and if you can take that first bunker out of play, which is around that 285, 290 yard mark, you can start to shorten this hole up a little bit. And, well, the longest hitters, they still might even get a short iron in hand.
Frank, it may be obvious you'd rather have a ball sitting up perfectly in these fairways as opposed to the deep rough off to the left or right. But how is a player able to take advantage when he has that good lie?
Well, anything better than that would be sitting on a tee. That is a perfect lie. It almost guarantees good contact.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that.
And it is in.
Amazing. Amazing.
Frank, this is our first par 3 of the day. The fourth, about 192 yards.
And it's called sandpit. So if you're not on the green, chances are you're getting that lob wedge or sand wedge out. The green is 36 yards deep. Got a nice little sort of hump and hollow roll to it. Mini roller coaster. Surely not.
Good strike right there, right off the center of the face and about 20 feet away. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just 5 feet left. Stays at 1 under with that par. Frank, what'd you say at the top? Die on the left, die on the right. Is this what you were talking about?
Exactly, yeah. The fifth hole here, it's called double trouble. So yeah, there's chances for grief on both sides of this fairway. But if you're long enough, if you can just sneak it past 335, that's where the water runs out. This is reachable.
So if you do sneak it out there, and that would be the longer hitters, you might have what into this green?
Well, you can get home hybrid, maybe even something shorter. But remember, it's called double trouble. Avoid that. Maybe double eagle.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. He'll need to be strong with this. On the green, and a chance for a birdie. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. Well, Frank, how about this 255-yard par 3 sixth?
Yeah, there's a bit of a bailout area, sort of short and left, but the only thing really going in the player's favour, it is a big green, 51 yards in depth. So if you want to sort of do the maths in reverse, 255, take away 50, 205 front, doesn't sound as daunting. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Pretty good shot right there. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. Just a couple of feet. And now at 1 under for the round. Frank, the 7th is a short par 4, 346 yards, so I'm guessing it's a layup off the tee, but it might be a nervy layup because you have water on the right, and if you miss left, that's no bargain.
It's very distracting looking down the right side. I think that's the easiest way to put it. But if you can break this hole down, 346 yards, if you take 120 yards off that, which is like a wedge, then the layup only becomes like 220 yards. That seems a little less intimidating.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. That is classy.
Well, he had a chance of going in.
Eyeing this putt for a birdie. Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
They're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
555-yard par 5 8th hole. Frank, is this a 2-shotter or a 3-shotter?
Good question, Rich. It starts to shrink down by the walkway, which is around that 330-yard mark. That's the decision has to be made. Personally, I think you try it at first, because even if you do find a fairway bunker, then it is certainly a layup. If you've got the distance, it's well worth the risk.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Now the approach shot here on this par 5 8th. On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Settles in over the putt. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Frank, the 9th hole at 452 yards with that water down the right is really a test of a player's driving ability, isn't it?
It is, and his ability to sort of take the shot on. Ideally, just something with a little bit of a fade, unless you can carry the ball 300 yards, then you can get it just past that bunker. But when you look at this hole, notice how that fairway just starts to open up. So Pete Dye will reward an aggressive tee shot, but also he'll punish it if it's wayward.
Frank, the tee shot was certainly challenging, and this second shot is as well.
Yeah, both the tee shot and the second shot require you to come in from that left side. The green itself angles to the right a little bit. The trouble, as we know, is all on the right side. But this is one of those holes. You can see it on the tee and on the second shot. If you ride a 4 down, you're happy.
That will be a great look at birdie. And with that birdie, moves into second place. Excellent front side trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Frank, is this a definite green light, the approach at the par 4 10th?
Well, there's enough opportunities at PGA West for the long hitters. This is an opportunity for the really good iron players. This is where they have a chance to shine, because a good iron player will give himself a birdie putt here. A poor iron player here, all of a sudden they'll find trouble.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Very solid right there. 8 feet away. Well played. 8-foot putt here. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Just a little tap in here. Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. Frank, how about this hole, the par 5 11? Long one.
Oh, it is. And, you know, anything over 600 yards, only the longest it is the Bubba Watsons, the Dustin Johnsons of the world. The other ones that can get home on a hole like this. For the other ones, even those bunkers down the left side are sort of in play. You at least have to give them a cursory look off the tee. Nothing wrong with a hole at a par 5 that you can't reach. You still play it as a 3-shotter. And in some respects, you get rewarded for laying up here, because that water that comes in on the left-hand side, that's not going to be in play.
Second from an excellent lie. Now the third shot here at the par 5 11. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Now the par 4 12, only 363 yards, but Frank, it is intricate. There's a lot involved, isn't there, in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, you know, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9-iron, are you better with a wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive, even when you're laying up.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Should be safely on deck.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Now at the par 3 13th, and Frank, in some ways, this is vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. His use of wooden bulkheads, plus the fact that he gives you that diminishing line. The further you go back into this green, you realize it's a larger carry. It just sort of reeks of something that's hit to the front mid-right of this green.
chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. That's good work right there. Just a tapping. Shouldn't be a problem here. And he's going to beat himself up on the way to the next tee. You don't miss those putts. Suddenly, we have a tie for the lead.
A bogey there. It's not the worst you could make on a hole like that.
Frank, what's the best way to make three here at this 389-yard par 4 14?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's two definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
Well, it shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par. That's a good par given the situation.
Still tight, still close. Par 4 15th measuring in at 468 yards. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Down, little Sheba, down! Just averted danger right there, so close.
What is he able to like?
This would be nice. A birdie on the card. See if he can make it. Close to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Here we go now, the final par 5 of the day, Frank.
Yeah, decision on how much you bite off here. If you play the ball to the right, then it's going to play its full 600 yards. But if you can take it in a direct line at that green, you're going to chew off a little bit of yardage. But you have to be able to carry that bunker.
And through the years, a lot of excitement here at this par 5 16. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11.
Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, Frank, the most famous island green obviously is TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
I like the looks of this one. Terrific golf shot, and now that for an easy birdie. Now to 7 under par. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
One last good approach here to the 18th hole. Let's see what happens. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Well, Frank, round 1 in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.